So here I am, rocking my fan-made Red Letter Media stuff. I'm a huge fan of theirs, but that's not what this video is about. It's just odd seeing myself in camera because I haven't worn this stuff in a long time. But I said I want to do something a little fun and not so serious, unlike my last video at the post office. But I wanted to get into some Transformers talk here because I'm having a bit of a debate. Some of the things I bring up will probably incite rhetorical questions or may actually start a discussion about this. I don't know. But in this case, I'm looking at them right now past my camera. And I started thinking, why do I need another Galvatron? We're definitely going to take a deep dive into this subject, folks. Well, here's my Galvatron up on my kitchen counter, and man, is he imposing. When this came out, I knew I had to have him, because I've never seen a Galvatron like this. I used to have the original Galvatron, the big ugly space cannon, the big space bazooka. I used to have the Japanese reissue where they kind of color corrected. They made the palette as close to the cartoon as possible. That one was actually pretty neat. And I think they had a few other versions of Galvatron, but there was nothing as cartoon accurate as this guy was at the time. Now, mine is the second release that came out. What do I mean by that? Transformers fans will know that the original release had all sorts of battle scarring on it, which I've cleaned off. The shoulders were rotated downward, so his shoulders were like down here where my fingers are, and it looked ugly. And then Transformers fans took it upon themselves to correct that error by getting all sorts of prying tools, etc., and were able to correct that mistake. But then Hasbro reissued this guy with the corrected shoulders, and that's what mine is. Again, minus all the battle scarring. Then they dropped the third one on us without all the battle scarring with the corrected shoulders. And now we have Studio Series Galvatron. But if you check out my Galvatron, the hawk-eyed will know that there's something different about mine. So he's got a brand new face. I think this particular upgrade kit, I actually used 2 upgrade kits to get him to look like this. So he's got a brand new face, a brand new crown. It's got a taller spire, which is actually more accurate to the cartoon. It doesn't look stumpy like the factory one. I prefer this. It looks so good. And then when you turn him around, he looks a lot more cartoon accurate. He's got grabby hands, and of course, we got the shin extensions. And he's got brand new feet that you just tab on, that you can actually leave on there. You can choose to crazy glue them on, whatever you want to do. It's your collectible, your toy, your thing. You do what you want with yours. But whether or not I'm asking for your opinions, whether rhetorical or if you guys do happen to answer this question in the comments section, do I really need a Studio Series Galvatron? Now, I have an argument against buying this thing because, one, I'm already starting to see them being flipped for like $79, $89 on eBay. They retail for what, 50 bucks? I can still find them on Amazon for retail. I'm not going out of my way to track down a Studio Series Galvatron. As you know, G1 is wildly inconsistent with its color palettes and its animation. All you have to do is just think of the most notorious episode in G1 that there is. That's in Season 3, and that is Carnage in C minor. But throughout the entire series, there are animation mistakes, color swaps. There are all sorts of weird anomalies throughout G1 that, to me, whether he has this purple scheme, which is accurate to Season 3 and 4, or if you decide to get the Studio Series Galvatron, which is supposed to be color accurate to the G1 movie, I mean, are you really nitpicking that much, or are you really busting your ass to want to go out of your way to drop more money onto a figure you already have? And I've already spent enough money on this guy. Like I said, it took 2 upgrade kits to get him to look like this. And when I put him next to Transmetal's Beast Wars Megatron that I also upgraded with a brand new face, brand new tail, all that stuff. And then I have my kit bashed Hegemon up there. I have a KO Transformers Prime Megatron. I got a Walther P38 Megatron up there, and I also got the 2-pack with the movie Megatron and the gray Walther P38 sitting up there. I mean, amongst all of those, and I got a few others up there I haven't mentioned, but this guy is imposing and really stands out. Technically, you can argue that the Sweeps and Scourge, you can use the Sweeps as Scourge, because if you watch the cartoon, you can buy like a mini army of Scourges, which have the purple scheme, or you can buy an army of Sweeps, which have the blue scheme. And as you know, throughout the cartoon, again, you have palette changing and palette shifting and color swapping. Sometimes Galvatron looks more purple than he really does. Sometimes he looks like a dark blue in the cartoon. So there's always some wonky stuff going on. That's why I don't really feel the need to want to go out and buy a Galvatron. I use the Sweeps as an example in Scourge, because either or, to me, will make a good Scourge or make a good Sweep army. But again, that's up to you, what you choose to do. But after I spent all this money getting all of these upgrades on this guy, I would have to upgrade that one as well. Now, there are two different color schemes. Obviously, you know, with this guy, he's more purple, whereas that Galvatron from Studio 86, he's blue. So now, are makers going to go out of their way to make an upgrade kit just for that guy? The answer is, I don't know. Most likely, there probably will be. If there's a demand for this stuff, most likely, yeah. I mean, I got some upgrade kits right here for some future videos, if and when I ever get around to them, by the way. I have an upgrade kit for... I actually believe I have 2 upgrade kits. I'm going to see which one works better and which one doesn't. But these are 2 upgrade kits for Legacy Prime. The, as everybody kind of refers to it these days, the budget missing link. So I've got that as well. And then I have 2 Studio Series Optimus Prime heads that have several different aspects to them. One's got like higher antennae, the other one doesn't. The antennae's thin on one, the face is a little darker on one than the other. I mean, and then here's the actual upgrade kit itself for Studio Series Prime. So the sky's the limit when it comes to Transformers these days. I mean, there are upgrade kits for G1 Transformers, but now with Missing Link coming out, I mean, I've got CO1 and CO2, which is the Optimus Primes, or Optimi. You have the what's supposed to be cartoon correct color scheme, which I believe is CO2, Carbon Dioxide Prime. And then you have the reissued G1 Prime with the trailer, and both of them, and he's got more of a toy accurate color scheme to him, but they're both super articulate. I've got the color corrected Soundwave up there. And then again, I've got the gray Walther P38 along with the 16 Special Walther P38 Megatron. But, there are only certain times I'll go out of my way to collect certain Transformers. And this is a case where I'm resisting buying another Galvatron. I mean, why would I when I already have a perfectly great Galvatron right here? To me, it just seems like a cash grab. I mean, you really have to be extremely OCD. And I am OCD with certain aspects of all of my collections. My jerseys, my Transformers, my sports cards, my sneakers. I tend to lead more towards OG colorways with my sneakers than anything else. When it comes to my jerseys, I try to get my jerseys to be field accurate as possible. But with my Transformers, it's very, very give and take. And now you just saw those upgrades for my Optimi, which I haven't reviewed yet, which hopefully I will get around to sometime in the future. But I don't feel the need to want to go out and get myself another Galvatron when I've got a perfectly good one right here. So I guess at the end of the day, it's up to your personal preference or whatever have you. I just don't find it. I don't find a need of me wanting to go out there and getting another Galvatron. And then let's just say again, somebody comes out with some cool upgrade kit. I mean, does that technically make this guy useful? Because there are people that are like that. I mean, I'm probably going to start doing this soon because my collection's getting a little too big for its own good. Where like I'm going to pick and choose the most accurate or the coolest of the Transformers that I got, and then eBay the rest, and then of course put that back into the hobby or what have you. You know, like for example, when they came out with the 2-pack of Orion Pax and Alpha Trion, that was a cool set. So why would I want why would I want exclusive Alpha Trions or exclusive Orion Paxes when this most recent 2-pack that came out are just absolutely amazing? And that Alpha Trion sitting up there with the Scourge or Sweep mold is probably one of the best Alpha Trions I've ever seen. So if I had if I had an inferior Alpha Trion, I would probably sell them off. Like I have one of these stupid tank Megatrons up there from, I believe mine is Earthrise or Kingdom. I can't remember which one it is, but I hate the tank Megatron. I'm sorry, man. I'm a G1 purist. You know, the only other Megatron that I really do enjoy is not just the Beast Wars Megatrons or Beast Machines Megatrons, but Transformers Prime Megs is freaking sweet. I love that Megatron, and he's Cybertronian, and it makes sense to have him as a jet in his universe. But when you're trying to put a G1 Megatron into a tank form, no, that's Galvatron's job because he was essentially a bazooka with tank treads. But again, I just don't feel this need to have to spend more money on another Galvatron when I've gone through money already to not just acquire the corrected version of this guy and then cleaning up all the battle damage that was on him, but upgrading him to such a point that like he is cool as can be. And I know Toy Hacks also has a sticker set for this Galvatron, but again, to maintain cartoon accuracy, why would I do that when he looks fine like this, with the exception of that Decepticon symbol, which is kind of eh. But again, that's my personal preference. I like this better. I don't like the Decepticon symbol that was originally on him because you could barely see it with this color scheme. With this new Galvatron, they corrected that a little bit. You can actually see the Decepticon symbol a little bit better, but again, that's nitpicking. I guess each to their own on this one. Again, I don't feel the need to want to go out of my way and drop more money on another Galvatron that, yes, it is, as far as accuracy to its palette, what you see up on the screen for the G1 Transformers movie, if you want that, have at it. That's fine. That's what collecting is all about, man. It's all up to you as to how you treat the hobby. But for me, you know, to me, it really makes no difference. This Galvatron, for me, fits the mold. You do see him more purple in the cartoon series in Season 3 and Season 4 than you do in the movie. I love this Galvatron. I would never get rid of him, and I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to get the Studio Series version. And as of at the time of this video, there are no upgrade kits for that Galvatron, except for arm fillers, which I failed to mention, by the way. Mine's got arm fillers, too, even though they're not quite accurate to the mold of this particular Galvatron. But yes, I do have the arm fillers on there, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, let me go over his upgrades one more time. Like I said, he's got a brand new face. I have a couple different faces for him. This crown is new. The spire on his back is new. As you can see right there, it's taller, which is more accurate to the cartoon. You know, he does got the arm fillers on there, which currently there are Studio Series 86 upgrades for this area. But that's the only thing I've seen available for 86 Galvatron so far. Mine's got the grabby hands with the trigger finger. I do have the gun upgrade, which I'm probably never going to display with this guy. But my Galvatron's got the grabby hands with the trigger finger, of course. And then, of course, I've got the shin upgrades. And I've got the feet upgrades that just make his feet more... They actually make his feet bigger and longer, but it actually makes the figure a lot more stable when you display him. And he's already very nice and articulate as it is. I mean, you could put Galvatron in all of these crazy poses and whatnot. And having the bigger feet, in my opinion, I think really stabilizes this figure quite a bit. So, as a matter of fact, I'm kind of roughhousing him here a little bit. I wasn't planning on doing a pose or anything like that with this dude, but, come on, look at that. That's just, once you get him on his center of gravity, this guy is so dynamic. Come on, folks, take a look at that. That's why I don't feel the need to want to go out of my way and get another Galvatron. This guy is great as is. He's imposing. He has the look and feel of what we see up on the screen as far as the TV show is concerned. He may not be color correct for the movie, but really, are you really breaking your ass to have every single... you know who has an obsessive-compulsive disorder like that? Star Wars, like cosplay groups like the 501st and stuff. They have an obsessive-compulsive need to have every nut, every screw, every hole, every scratch, every ding, every dent. For me, I think it goes a little too far. And at the end of the day, this is yours. You could do whatever you want with it. Again, I'm not bashing my fellow collectors. This is just, my observations and my opinions. At the end of the day, people are going to do what they want anyway, regardless and despite what I say. I'm not picking on anybody or anything like that, but for me, for my Galvatron, I think this is well worth it. If you're able to get the upgrade kits for this Galvatron, have at it. Hopefully, maybe sometime, if they do come out with proper upgrade kits for that Galvatron, then and only then, maybe will I decide to go out and get Studio Series 86 Galvatron. But for right now, this guy really fits the mold. He is picture perfect in my opinion. So let me know what you think in the comments section below. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell to receive notifications. I am your host, the Carolina Collector. Take care, God bless, stay safe, and until next time, I will see you very soon.